Hello, my name is Carrie Hurst, and I am an administrative librarian with the Tampa-Hillsborough County Public Library. We are excited to partner with WEDU PBS TV and bring to you not only an excerpt of the series Finding Your Roots, but a special glimpse at just some of what the public library has to offer. You may be watching because you are curious about genealogy. That's terrific. We love curiosity here. I'm speaking to you from one of our many countywide locations, the Robert W. Saunders Sr. Public Library. The collections here are a testament to Mr. Saunders' legacy as a civil rights activist, NAACP director, and an author in his own right. The Saunders branch features exhibits and collections honoring African American heritage. In just a moment, one of our librarians will showcase resources from our special collections here and online for all of you watching. We appreciate you joining us and for recognizing the importance of history. As W.E.B. Du Bois wrote, I quote, "We can only understand the present by continually referring to and studying the past," end quote. I would like to present to you Chrissy Toth. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Chrissy Toth. I am the History and Genealogy Librarian here at the Robert Saunders Sr. Public Library, and welcome to the African American History and Genealogy Library. Our collection is all Afrocentric, by Black authors, for Black people, about Black people, coast to coast across the nation, and as well as an emphasis on our local Black history here in Tampa. The circulating collection is all nonfiction and can be checked out with your library card. And if you follow me over this way, I'll show you our genealogical research. We are the only African American genealogical research library in Hillsborough County. We offer genealogical reference by state and as far back to antebellum times. We also have ready reference for historic Black neighborhoods and schools in Hillsborough County. Although the material in our reference section is non-circulating, you cannot check it out with your card, but we do offer scanning and copying. The African American History and Genealogy Library also has an archives where we house rare books, many first editions, artwork, manuscripts, and other ephemera. Over here, we have the Freedmen's Bureau microfilm collection. The Freedmen's Bureau was established in the aftermath of the Civil War by Congress to millions of former Black slaves and impoverished whites in the South. They provided relief efforts including clothing and food, housing, shelter, healthcare, education, legalization of marriages, and reuniting families. The National Archives microfilmed hundreds of these records, and our microfilm collection holds 13 states from 1865 to 1872 and carries marriage records, assistant commission records, field office records as well. Now, the Freedmen's Bureau records are a great resource for many with ties to the South. And from the cabinet to the microfilm reader. Right now I have a record up from September 30th, 1867 from the Bureau. The film is real easy to loop onto the machine, and the benefits of our microfilm machine is that you can print your research or you can save it onto a USB flash drive. Very easy, very user-friendly. And over here we've got the CanaScan here, so you can scan documents, books, and any paper ephemera that's flat. And here we've got the HoverCam Flex, and this is for documents that are either very big or they're very fragile. Also, if you'd like to personally archive your own artifacts, the HoverCam is really great for 3D objects as well, from the top or to the side. And when the time comes and the Saunders branch does reopen, staff is here to help you. You'll be a pro in no time using our machines.
The library also has online resources. Visit us at hcplc.org. Click on the second tab, Learning and Research, And once we've arrived to learning and research, scroll down to genealogy and history. And once we've arrived at genealogy and history, under general genealogy, you'll find many popular databases to get started with your genealogy research, such as Ancestry, Library Edition, MyHeritage, Family Search, and Fold3. Down below at subject-specific genealogy and history, you'll also find more helpful databases as African American Heritage, Cindy's List, and Black Freedom Struggle. Our digital collection is where you will find local oral and family histories and special collections documenting the unique historical and cultural experiences of the people of African descent living primarily in Hillsborough County. Hillsborough Remembers Oral History Collection, Our Lives, Our Legacy, The Hillsborough Black Experience, History and Genealogy Records, and the Burger Brothers Photographic Collection. The Burger Brothers was Tampa's leading commercial photographic firm from the late 1800s to the early 1960s. Their photographs captured Tampa's development from small town to major city and include images of daily activities, homes, businesses, and streets. The wallpaper border and our library branch are all from the Burger Brothers collection. To learn more about African American historical resources and special collections, revisit the Genealogy and History page and click here at African American Historical Resources. You'll find key resources at the Robert Saunders Senior Public Library, C. Blythe Andrews Jr. Public Library, and the John F. Germany branch downtown Tampa.
Thank you very much, and we look forward to your questions. And the library looks forward to helping you find your roots.
Hello, my name is Spencer Hubbard. You'll probably have just seen me setting up this YouTube Live for a few seconds before this, but I am the Public Relations Coordinator for WEDU PBS. And joining me, we have Christy Hoth and Carrie Hurst from the Hillsborough County Public Library Cooperative. And we're so happy to have you join us. That was a very awesome video. I hope that you post that somewhere else that people can just view that, because that was a great tutorial. But my first question is just introduce yourselves, your little background. Chrissy, if you want to go first.
I'm Chrissy Toth, and I am librarian here at the Robert Saunders Senior Public Library, and I've been with the Hillsborough County system now for about 5 years. And I specialize pretty much in archival management and anything history or genealogy.
Awesome. Carrie?
Yes, I'm Carrie Hurst, and I am the administrative librarian and branch manager here at the Robert Saunders Library.
Awesome.
I've been here for 20 years.
Oh, sorry. 20 years. Wow. You must have seen some interesting records in your time.
Yeah.
So our first question is coming from the audience, and they ask, are you successful still in locating documents these days for the special library sections?
Ooh. Well, most of our documents and manuscripts are donated by the public online at our website at hcplc.org under our digital collections, where you can see genealogy and historical documents as well as oral histories.
Awesome. And then I know you mentioned in the video that the Saunders Library is currently closed. When will we be able to get in there again, start researching?
Well, starting on Friday, May 14th, we will begin offering hourly appointments to visit the African American History and Genealogy Library only from Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You have to register on our website at hcplc.org. Click on select locations now open, and then you'll see African American History and Genealogy Library link.
Awesome. We did have an audience question about creating reservations required to access these collections. Are you expecting a long line to get in there?
Well, we hope so.
I know
We've
I
been
personally have
closed.
done.
We've been closed for a while. And so because of the pandemic, and we're going to reopen this Friday just for appointments to the African American History Library.
Awesome, awesome. So our next question is for Chrissy. Are there any upcoming genealogy programs that our audience can go to after this?
Yes, join us online for Finding Those Who Serve. It's on Thursday, May the 20th at 6:30 p.m., where me and two of my other colleagues that are also history and genealogy librarians, you're going to learn how to search for ancestors who have served in the military by using databases such as Ancestry Library Edition, Fold 3, and Find a Grave. And to register for this event, visit our webpage at hcplc.org and click on online events and classes. That's at the top tab at the top of the page. That's where you'll find it, and also other upcoming events at the library.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we definitely have to start filling up our calendars now that everything's starting to open back up. And then we have another question from the audience. Is the library able to work with other libraries in the country to assist one another in research?
Yes, we do work with others, and we do have interlibrary loan processes for some of our materials, but it's specific to what they're requesting.
And we also have reciprocal borrowing with other neighboring counties as well. Visitors may want to call before coming over to find out if they're one of the select counties that we do share with.
All right. Carrie, what type of assistance can the library offer to help visitors with their research?
We can show them how to use all of our databases, our online databases. We can assist them with finding materials that we have on hand and in our archive. And should they need to do interlibrary loan, we can provide that service too.
All right. And then is there any, I know we've specifically mentioned the Saunders Library. Are there any other libraries locally that can, that have access to the genealogical materials?
Yes, yes, Spencer. Besides us, also the John F. Germany Public Library branch in downtown Tampa, we are both by appointment only. And the South Shore Regional Public Library in Ruskin also does genealogy and history research. Just keep in mind that here at the Saunders Library, we're the only ones that specifically focus on African American genealogy, genealogical research.
All right. And is any of this research, is it global access, or is it just kind of kept to continental?
Oh, well, through our databases, especially Ancestry Library Edition, there are some records that do go overseas, and sometimes as far back as like 18th century or maybe even more. So it's amazing what these databases provide now. So yeah, it could be anything from just here in town to the whole country to across the water. Absolutely.
Well, fun question. What's the oldest document you've ever come across?
Oh gosh. Locally, it's only been so far at the turn of the 20th century so far. In fact, I think not so much a record, but I think one of my favorite pieces of ephemera we have here in our archives is a book of rules from the Afro-Cuban Society, the Maceo here in Ybor City. Oh, wow. And it's in Spanish. It's about yay big, and it was printed in 1915. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorites.
Carrie, did you have any favorite items that are in the collection for yourself? I know Chrissy mentioned hers.
Yes, I do. We have a special edition book that was written by Maya Angelou, and it includes her poetry and music by Wynton Marsalis, and art by famed local artist Dean Mitchell. And Dean Mitchell donated us his personal copy from a limited edition, and it is showcase worthy. We have it on display, and we found a way to digitize it so that it's untouchable, but you can hear and see everything that's in it. You have to come here to see it. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's a showcase piece.
Make sure everyone can get their virtual hands on it.
Yeah.
And then another question in the audience, is the Caribbean area going to be available, or is that separate from the African American area? Caribbean, my apologies.
I'm sorry, Spencer, one more time.
Is the Caribbean area going to be available, or is that separate from the African American area?
Oh no, we do carry, yeah, the Caribbean islands as well, a good diaspora, if you will. So yes,
Awesome.
we can help get you there.
And then we seem to be done with audience questions, but just as kind of a fun wrap up, any interesting personal genealogical things you've discovered about your family history?
Yes, personally, yes. I found a relative, a secret that just came to the surface and was discovered with the DNA, the ancestry DNA. And I do have a cousin, and I finally got to meet her, and she's lovely. And it's nice to have a new addition in our family.
That's awesome. What about you, Carrie?
Well, I don't have a personal story, but some of the customers have shared with me that they found relatives, long lost relatives and stuff using our resources. So.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully someone in our audience can come up with one of those stories soon. And then just for some quick shout outs, as Chrissy had mentioned, on May 20th at 6:30 p.m., Finding Who Served is their next event in this similar series. And visit the HCPLC website for more information. And then there is a PBS national screening on the same day, because everyone likes to do things on the same day, but that's not until 7:30. That's about Tulsa, the Fire and Forgotten. It's at 7:30 p.m. And you can visit WEDU.org for more information. And thank you so much for joining us. This was a really educational for me personally. I hope it was for all of you. Thank you, Chrissy and Carrie, for sticking around with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.